set up. And actually, when I was at the bottom of the tree, I was unstrapping everything. And there must have been a doe either coming in or bedding down on this transition line right over here. It's about 4 o'clock. Gonna go out and kind of scout around on one of my private pieces and hopefully hang a stand and do some hunting tonight. There's 2 really nice 10-pointers that have been showing up on my trail camera here. So I'm kind of going to go in and just kind of work my way into the bedding area where I think they are and see if there's any sign coming out of that bedding area. And then if there is, set up. And if not, I'll just kind of scout around until I find something I do like. Alright, heading in. It's going to take my time so I don't start sweating like a stuck hog. I think where they're bedding at is on this little finger that goes out into this cornfield. So there's not, I don't know how good the trees are going to be in there. So maybe a hunt where I'm just, 5 to 10 feet off the ground. But man, who knows? I may not even end up sitting here. See all the tracks here. South. There's also bedding to the north, and there's a cornfield that they're actually picking across the road. So lots of times, anytime a farmer's out, picking crops, it gets the deer up and moving. All right, heading out to Piece of Public this evening. It's hot. It's like 83 degrees out right now. Get a half a day off with pay. Oh, towboat picking up barges on a long hot summer day. And for every day I'm working on the Illinois River. All right, it's a Tuesday in the evening here. Just got off work. Just dropped Huck off at my aunt's so she can watch him for an hour or so before Maddie gets off. Heading out to one of my private spots and gonna kind of do a hanging hunt. I do have some permanent sets there, but they aren't exactly where I think this buck is bedding. It's a real nice buck with a split G2 on the left side, I believe, and gonna go in there and kill him. Gonna try to get in as quiet and as scent free as possible. Got a perfect win for the scenario, so hopefully it works out tonight. Alright, I actually have a trail camera that's kind of pretty close to the truck here. I'm just going to buzz up there and check it, make sure there's not something coming to it during daylight hours. Alright, the buck I'm after
was on that camera the 11th, which was a couple days ago, at around 9 p.m., about an hour after dark. So I think there's a few places he's bedding. One is down here in this cornfield somewhere, I'm assuming along this ditch. I'll show you that. See that tree line down there is actually a really large creek. And if I had to guess, he's probably, one of his bedding areas is down there. Pretty hard to pinpoint bedding on that creek, to be honest with you. I got him on one of my cameras yesterday evening though, during daylight hours, but it was at very, very last light over one of my food plots. So I'm actually going to do my best guess at where I think he's bedding when he comes into that food plot and hope that he's going to be there again tonight. I don't know if he will or not, but I think that's one thing that he seems to be doing is jumping around a lot. I'm sure it's wind-based bedding. Still trying to figure it out, but I'm gonna throw a set at it tonight and see if I can't get him killed. Okay, so in the past I've always just walked up over this hill and kind of down into a ravine, and then there's a tree line that goes out into the CRP field, and that's where I want to set it tonight. But if I go over this this little crest here, I'm going to be skyline really bad. If that buck is bedding where I think he is, he should be right over in there. There's two places he's bedding. He's either in he's going to be in a low area in the CRP field or in that little tree line. So I'm going to end up having to walk all the way down to the end of the CRP field and come in this way along that tree line and then set up on him over in here, instead of just going straight, which would be a lot shorter walk, but there's a chance that he'll see me coming over that hill if he's paying attention. So yeah, and this freaking wind, man, it's kind of all over the place, making me nervous. Okay, so this is the tree line that goes out into that CRP field and stops most of the way out, all the way to the end. There's probably 80 yards between that tree line you see back in there and the end of this finger that goes out into the field. There's a low area, if you can see it, it's right in there. Those bucks will bed in there, and I'm thinking they're also going to be bedding on this tree line. So I really can't crawl this way because I'm going to be exposed in that low area. So what I'm going to do is get down here in this lower area, go across the finger. There's a break in the finger right here, and then go up this side and then get set up kind of on the other side of that clump of trees right there on where the finger gets narrow, and hopefully that buck works its way back down through here to go back either in the crops or in these little micro food plots I have in this field. So that's the plan. Let's get going. All right, here's that real small finger that goes out into the CRP field. I don't know if you can tell, but right through there is that drainage where these bucks and deer will bed in. I'm going to try to sneak my way up into one of those trees right up there. And hopefully that big buck walks down there, through there tonight. There's actually a pretty large bed right here next to this tree. I'm thinking about setting in. Might have been his, I don't know. Alright. Got all set up now. I suspect the buck bedding to be right there at the end of this little finger. And then you can kind of see now, right over this knob, there's a low area that they'll bed in also. So I'm hoping if they're bedding in that low area, they're either going to come through here, right down through this opening, or if they're bedding out here, he'll come right down through here and I'll get a shot.
There's three does in the food plot down here. It's the first 3 deer I've seen tonight. If they walk down through here, I might be tempted to shoot one of them things. Well, I just had those does come in to about 20 yards, and they were going to walk. Perfect 10-yard shot. The wind had been coming out of the west, which would have been perfect, but it switched on me and blew straight towards one of the does. They didn't spook, they just kind of stopped, and then turned around and mingled back to the food plot. They just walked off the food plot now. So that's okay. I was hesitant to shoot one anyway in case that big one's in here still. Just had another deer get up in the CRP field over here. I couldn't tell what it was. Looked like it was making its way this way though.